Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, recently in Dead by Daylight, the brand new 2v8 game mode came out, and I've been playing it with a few friends. I think it's really fun. So this video, I kind of wanted to talk about, because we only have 5 killers, and you can have 2 of them per game, so I just kind of wanted to talk about what I think are my personal favorites to play with in terms of pairings. I mostly play Wraith right now, but I've played a little Huntress, I've played a little bit of all of them. Except for Hillbilly, I haven't played him very often in the 2v8, because I feel like he kinda got the short end of the stick, which is fair for balancing reasons, but they made it to where, normally when you charge up Billy's chainsaw, if you don't know, when you hit a survivor with it, it puts them, I believe it downs them instantly if you hit with the chainsaw. They removed that, and they changed it with this. While in Chainsaw Sprint, survivors within 10 meters suffer the exposed status effect until the chainsaw sprint ends. Which I believe is like, say you're revving your chainsaw and you run, they'll be exposed when they're near you, but when you hit them, it counts as ending, so they won't be when you hit them. And then you have this, which increases your turn speed, decreases your cooldown after hitting obstacles, and does not automatically trigger the dying state, which is what it does normally. When you hit them, they go down. All the killers have these two, so I'm not really going to mess with them too much, but they are... All survivors within 20 minutes of a 20 meters, not minutes, of a generator are revealed for 5 seconds, and increase regression by 200%, and then upon entering a chase, the targeted survivor is revealed for 5 seconds, or until the other killer is within 16 meters. But I think Billy kind of got the short end of the stick, so he's not in any of these combos, for me personally. Similar to... I don't have any issues with Nurse, but I haven't had too many games where I've had a good pairing with Nurse. The only one I've played where I've had like a pretty solid pairing with was one game with Huntress, and then one game with Trapper. But aside from that, I haven't had too many good pairings with Nurse. Which that could just be me or the people I'm with, one of the two. But I mainly play Wraith as of late. Because, I don't know, I think he's really good in the 2v8. Because the way they gave him these perks, which team skill, while cloaked within 16 meters of your teammate, they become undetectable. Which is really nice if, you know, you guys are playing like kinda close together instead of being completely spread out. And then you have this one, which increases cloaking speed by 20% and increases movement speed while cloaked by 10%, 9%. So pretty solid. He's kind of fast. You can be pretty much all over the map. And I like to pair him with Trapper or Huntress. My friend likes to play Trapper the most. And Trapper, his ability... When a bear trap is placed or reset, both killers gain 150% haste for 3 seconds. Within 16 meters of the bear trap, combined with Wraith speed, is very nice. And then your other perk, Trapper cannot be caught in his bear traps, increase bear trap setting speed by 50%, and time to escape by 25%. Start with 4 traps, increases the maximum carried to 4, and 8 will spawn on the map. And then he has the other 2 perks that all the killers have. But this pairing, I think, is one of my favorites to play, because you can be Wraith running around the map like a madman. And, you know, while you're getting the survivors and popping gens and things like that, the Trapper can be also applying pressure while setting traps up around the map. And for me and my friend, they normally get about, like, 4 gens in by the time he's got all his traps set where he wants them. And then that's when the real game kind of starts, quote-unquote. Because now we have all of the traps up. And, yeah, they've got 4 gens left. But by then, we've normally got about a fourth of the hooks. So you've got all of the traps being placed around the map going crazy, doorways, pallets, everything, and then you have this guy who's running around super fast, and because he's invisible, if you aren't fully looking for him, you won't see him, or listen for his little crackles. And then I also like to pair him with Huntress, because when you hit the survivors, if you don't know, they get the speed boost for a few seconds. This guy's fast enough to where you can almost keep up with the survivor after they get hit, so you can hit them with the hatchet or M1 them, and then if the Wraith is prepared for it, you can chase them. And there's been plenty of games where or Wraith hits them, comes out of stealth, hits them, and then Huntress can hit them with a hatchet before they get a chance to run away. So I really like this pairing, and I'd say it's another one that I like. My favorite is Trapper Wraith though, but I think Huntress Wraith is also really fun. And then Huntress Trapper's pretty good as well. I like this one because you have the hatchets you can throw, which, yeah, I didn't talk about her thing. So her 2 perks, She gets injuring a survivor with a hatchet, reveals them for 5 seconds, and then you start the trial with 3 additional hatchets, increases movement speed by 4.5 when you don't have them, reload 20% faster, throw them 20% faster, and then increases movement speed during your windup by 5%, which is pretty solid. But Huntress Trapper's also a pair that I really like, because you just have so much utility on the map between traps and hatchets, that you just have, like, a lot more pressure than you would think, because you're just cutting off areas of the map with this guy, and then they can't even be safe running, like, in a straight line almost, because you can throw things at them. But I think these 3 are the big winners of the update, because they, to me and my friend, we've played a few, you know, we've been playing since it came out. These 3, I'd say, are the big winners of the update, and any pairing of these 3 is going to be really good. These 2, Billy, I feel like, is the loser of this update, because he just got such a big hit for terms of, for purpose of balancing, it makes sense, because he is hyper mobile more so than the Wraith, but it just feels kind of bad to play, to be honest. And the Nurse, I didn't really talk about Nurse's perks, I don't think. Hers are alright. Get an additional blink within 16 meters of your teammate, and then the blink's lost when you're not within the 16 meters, obviously. And then innate skill increases the length of your blink lunge attacks by 30%, increases reach by 30% with each consecutive blink. Duration of the blink fatigue is decreased by 7%. Teleporting within 1 meter of the survivor causes them to scream, which can be good because then they won't be able to throw a pallet at you if they're screaming, I don't think. Decreases fatigue from chain blinks by 65%. Increases movement speed during a chain blink by 30%. Increases the duration of the chain blink window by 0.2 seconds. And decreases fatigue of missing special attacks by 0.5 seconds. So Omni Boost pretty much. The only thing is, I'm pretty bad with Nurse. Like, I'm not a... You can see my level here. I'm level 16, which is higher than Billy. But I'm really bad with Nurse. Like, I just don't have the... I don't know, I haven't played enough of the killer to be able to use her skill set effectively. But these 3 are my favorites. I'd say Billy's the biggest loser of the patch, or of the game mode. And then Nurse, I'd say, is like, she's fine. She can do good with... I played a game of her with Huntress, which was really well. Because you throw them, you blink onto them, or you trap them and blink to them. So she pairs well with these 2 as well. She could pair well with Wraith. And then, if you like Billy, go crazy. You know, Billy's cool. I like him in the normal game mode. But he just feels a little weak in the 2v8 right now. And I'm hoping they add more killers to the 2v8. I'm not sure if they said they were going to, but I would love to see some of these other ones in 2v8 just to make it a little more, give it a little more variety, make it feel a little more fresh. Because when I've played, I've only been playing killer for the most part, but I've heard some of my friends who play only survivor saying that they see these 3 a lot. Which, I mean, yeah, that's fair, because there's only 5 killers, and he kind of feels rough to play, because his power just is kind of a mobility thing. But, yeah, those are my favorite combos that I've been playing with in the new patch. Let me know some of yours, if they're different from mine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.